Yes. So, hello and welcome to this live podcast where today we have a special guest called Ashwin Mushran, where we have seen him in so many videos, so many films, so many voiceover and everything. But today he will be telling how a $1 million presence is important for your corporate journey. Right? Let's welcome our very special guest, Ashwin. Hi, Ashwin.
Hi, Ravi. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. We've already spoken 2 or 3 times, so it's nice to see you back on screen again. And thanks to everybody for tuning in on a Sunday evening. I know there's family,
Thank you so much.
there's
Thank you so
social
much.
responsibilities, so you're all here, and that's nice to know. Thank you so much.
Great, wonderful. So, Ashwin, I just wanted to understand first how this coaching journey started.
Well, the coaching journey started, actually, you have to go back to COVID. That's the reason
Yeah.
why
So first tell me
I'm doing
about
this now.
your acting journey. First tell me about your acting journey, how the acting journey started, and after the acting journey, how you are moving from acting towards transitioning to a now $1 million presence and and coaching for the executive presence.
Okay, so with regards to acting, I started acting in the early 2000s. After Hindu College in Delhi, when I finished my university, a year later, I got into drama school in London. And I was there for a little while. I finished my drama training. I was in London for a while, and I came back in the early 2000s. This is all well before social
Ashwin,
media.
your voice is little bit low. Your
The,
voice is
vo-
little bit low.
the voice is low.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, let me just see whether, I don't know why it should be low, because I was testing this earlier. This is low right now still?
Uh,
It's
little
good.
bit better, but if it can be increased little bit more.
1 second. Let me just check.
Yeah. Speak. Can you speak a little bit? Yeah. Yes. Not able to hear.
No audible.
I was facing the same issue in my audio, and that's why I got delay for 1 2 minutes. I was no, so I resort to I remove all the gadgets and I'm speaking directly from the laptop mic. Not able to hear. Not able to hear.
Take this out.
Now
Yeah,
is
it's
it
better.
audible?
Yes. Now it's better.
Yeah, I'm just going to change to, I was just on a call earlier.
It's okay. It's okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
Now
I
it is
was just
perfect.
It's
seeing
perfect.
whether the headphone
Yes.
was, 1 second.
It's
Okay,
perfect.
we'll just take it from this for now. I was on a
Yeah.
full 1 hour call before this, and it was absolutely fine. So how tech works.
Yes. Yes. Same thing happened with me. Same thing happened with me. My camera and mic just before the call, it gone blank. I was about to go live, and my camera and my mic gone blank, and now I'm resorting to the laptop mic. Okay, leave it. Anyways, so let's start. So I wanted to understand
Yeah.
how your acting journey started first.
I finished Hindu college in the 90s and had
Yeah.
actually applied for drama school in the UK. I'd always wanted to be an actor. It was something I'd always wanted to do. So I
Yes.
applied to drama school. I got into drama school. And at that
Yes.
time, not many people went to drama school in the UK. Now there are
Correct.
people who do that a lot more. And when I
Yes.
finished that, I was in the UK for a while. I came back in the early 2000s, and I came back not knowing anybody at all. I didn't know
Yes.
anybody. So I stood in all the lines. I did all my auditions. In those days, we used to have portfolios. Now everybody sends their pictures
Correct.
digitally. So I
Right.
had to go and present my folder to people and say, this is my pictures.
Yes.
And the audition started. I got one small commercial. From that, I got a little part in a movie. I did quite a few ads. And I got a show called The Great Indian Comedy Show, actually, which used
Yes.
to be on Star One,
Yes.
which was the
Yes.
popular channel at that time. So
Right.
that show changed a lot of things because I was working with some very fine actors with Vinay Pathak, Suresh Menon, Ranveer Shori, Purvi
Wow.
Joshi, Gaurav Gera, Mani, they all these people. And I learned so much for them. And I think I did around 200, 250 episodes of that show.
Okay.
Yes, because it was a Monday to Thursday show and we used to shoot
Yes.
sketch comedy. It was like the Indian Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
So I did that. And from that, I got a couple of movies.
Yes.
Not the best movies,
Okay.
but I met people on that who recommended me
Yes.
for other movies. So
Yes.
that networking was also important at that time. You got along
Okay.
well with people, you knew them, you were
Hmm.
disciplined, you were well behaved, and they recommended you to someone else. And
Right.
through that, I got an audition for Lage Raho Munna Bhai, of course,
Wow.
at that time. And I had to go for it. Actually, at that time, I got diagnosed with something called Bell's palsy, where
Ah.
you
Right.
it's a viral attack on a nerve. So my whole left side of my face was paralyzed for a few months, actually.
I also faced it.
You also faced,
2015.
okay. So you understand what I'm talking about. But as an actor,
Yes.
if you're in an office job, theek hai. You can still go to
Yes.
the office looking like that. It's fine. But I
Yes.
was looking
Yes.
like that while wanting to be an actor.
Yes.
So when I got called for that audition, I was debating, should I go? Should I not go? Because
Yeah.
it was already a little while in, but my face was still a little like this.
Yes.
So I went for the audition, but as I walked in through the door, I made a decision. I walked in, casting director, the other people there, and I said, I'd just been to the dentist. I told them I'd just been to the dentist, so my face is like this. Can I still audition? They said, yeah, sure. So I auditioned like this. I didn't think I was going to get it, but they called me. And if you go back and watch that scene where I dropped my father off in the old age home,
Hmm.
Atmaram, and I drop him off at the old age home, you'll still see some of my face like this when I say dad, dad. It's like that.
Okay.
That time I shot for the happy birthday scene and the other scenes, it was months later. So that was
Okay.
less pronounced then. But in that scene, if you go back and watch, you'll see my face when I say dad, dad. And people said, what a great character choice. I'm like, yeah, I thought about it a lot. It had nothing to do with character choice.
Yes. Yes.
It
Yes.
was circumstantial
Right.
at that time, but nobody said
Wonderful.
anything. Maybe I was overthinking, but as an
Hmm.
actor and as a voice artist as well, if you look a certain way, or your face is a certain way, and I couldn't speak properly because of it. I'm sure you know
Yes.
what it's like. I
Yes.
could not pronounce
Yes.
words. I
I
could
was
not.
I was not able to speak. I was not able to like chew my food better way. I was not able to drink the water. So I
Oh
have to
yeah,
take it from the
all
right
the
side.
all the liquid used to dribble at night. I
Yes.
used to shut my eye and sleep. Put glasses on.
Yes.
If I shut it, it wouldn't
Yes.
open.
Yes.
But I went for physiotherapy for quite a few months, that electroshock therapy, and
Okay.
that movement came back.
Wow.
So I survived that, and I'm grateful to it because it
Wonderful.
was it was a worrying time. Even there are people who don't recover from it as well.
Yes. Absolutely. So moving on, how the journey in film industry, amazing in journey like fashion and then
I did
what life
fashion,
in a metro.
which also became such a big film.
Yes.
At that time, it was national award winning. I actually
Yes.
lost a lot of work because of it, because
Okay.
at that time
Uh,
there were not many actors who played a gay part.
yes. Right.
Very few.
Yes.
Now things have changed because Section 377 they removed, and
Yes.
people play all these parts. Nobody says anything. At that time, there was a lot of judgment around it.
Yes. Yes.
So my thinking was 25 days with Priyanka Chopra. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Put me in a dress as well. I'll do it. I'm happy.
Yes.
Did you say 25 days? You've got me.
Yes.
I actually lost a lot of work because afterwards I would only get offered that part.
Okay.
And I said no to a lot of work because number one, I could not top that character I played in fashion.
Hmm.
And people were offering me roles that were just not good enough. They were just characters that were gay. And they could not even say the word. They used to phone me up and say, sir, एक role है. I used to say, ठीक है, क्या role है?
Okay.
And then they used to say, sir, लेकिन ये role वो थोड़ा वो है. So I'm like, थोड़ा वो मतलब क्या? Sir, वो मतलब वो. I'm like, वो क्या है? बोलो.
Yes.
They couldn't even say the word. वो every
Yes.
time was वो थोड़ा ऐसा है, वो थोड़ा वो है. They could not even say the word. I knew what it was. When you can't even say the word, how are you offering the role to somebody? You can't even say it. So imagine in their head what judgment it was. And for a long time, people also made the assumption that I was gay because I did that movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
People
they made
feel
that.
that.
That
Right.
was the assumption. I used to walk into places and they used to say, but you're not speaking like that. I said, how am I supposed to speak? But sir, I'm like, that's a role I played.
Yes.
It was a character. This is me walking in through the door now.
Yes. Yes.
They don't say that if you play a doctor, you play a lawyer, you play an engineer, you play a boss. They don't say any of that.
Yes.
They don't say you're a lawyer. Of course, I'm not a lawyer. I'm an actor. Anyway, I got through that part and I've been blessed that I've played many different kind of roles.
Yes.
I've played parts on TV. There are a lot of actors who make judgments, TV actor hai, film actor hai. To me, I'm just an actor. I'm an actor. I don't care where I am acting. I'm acting. And that is what is most important to me, whether I am acting in an ad, whether I'm acting on TV, whether I'm acting in a movie, whether I'm acting on stage. It is all acting to me. Right. And I've done a lot of plays as well, because I think doing plays keeps the craft alive, keeps you grounded as an actor.
Yes.
Because when you're on stage, it's like, the funny thing about stage is there are no second chances.
Yes, absolutely.
On a movie set, on a TV set, you have many second chances.
Yes.
On stage, if something goes wrong, you have to fix it there and then. So it also teaches you about pressure, and it teaches you about a live audience and understanding the energy of a live audience.
Yes.
So I'm grateful that I've also done stage, and I've done all of this, not just one thing in the industry, but many things. And at the same time, I was also a voiceover actor. I started voicing.
Your voice has so much of bass and so much of command and so much of energy that it requires such a great sense of understanding that what people want.
That is an understanding that you learn over the years. When I started, I had no knowledge of what it is to be like in front of a mic.
Okay.
Even though I'm an actor, voice acting is a very different thing. Standing in a studio in front of a mic, a lot of people don't like the sound of their own voices. Even actors who hear their voice for the first time are like, I'm not sure this is right. And you have to learn to start loving the sound of your voice, enjoying the sound of your own voice, being comfortable when you hear your own voice. But people, when they hear the recorded voice, वो थोड़ा अजीब लगता है.
Right.
मेरी आवाज नहीं है.
Yes.
That's the feeling that they get. So the voice acting also taught me how to work on my own.
Wow.
Because it is just you. You are going into a soundproof room. You have just 2 or 3 people out there. You have the director, you have the sound engineer. The rest is just you. So that also gives you a sense of what you can do on your own. I've enjoyed that journey as a voice actor.
Okay.
And I always say I'm accidental as far as dubbing goes, because dubbing was just, I did a voiceover for an ad, and the director
Mm.
said, "You have a really nice voice. I'm going to give your number or send you to this lady. And
Mm.
this lady, she does dubbings, and I think you should look into that."
Okay.
So I went and met this lady called Leela Ghosh. Her daughter now is somebody called Mona Ghosh Shetty, who runs one of the biggest studios for dubbing in the country. They're called
Okay.
Sound and Vision India. I've done most of my work with them. And her mother
Okay.
really invested her time in me.
Mm.
And here's the thing, when you say you're very good at what you do,
Mm.
there's always somebody, there's always somebody behind you.
One second, bro. One
Yeah.
second.
First,
Yeah. Can you please unmute yourself? Yes.
When people say you're successful, you're very good, you're such a good voice actor, they don't
Mm.
see that there have been other people who have supported you along the way. Without
Yes.
these people, you would not have been where I was. Leela,
Right.
somebody who invested her time in me.
Mm.
I said, "I don't know whether I can do this." She said, "I know you can.
Mm.
I know you can do this." I was dubbing for a Cartoon Network show at that time. I can't remember. It was about
Cartoon Network show also. Wow.
yeah. So it was a Cartoon Net. That was the first dubbing job I did. It was some 80
Great.
episodes called Stanley, about a fish.
Okay.
And I'd spent 10 years in London. I was not speaking Hindi anymore because out there I was meeting nobody who was Indian. So the conversational Hindi was not there anymore.
Mm.
And suddenly the scripts are in Hindi. And first, when I started, she said, "You can do this." She spent her time. I think my first episodes, I took 3, 4, 5 hours. And by the time I was finishing, I was just knocking them off.
Mm.
Back to it again. Whether they were giving me Devanagari or they were giving me in Roman script, done. So she put a time. She could have said, "No, it's not going to work. It's
Mm.
not going to work. This first episode took 5 to 7 hours. Ye nahi hoga."
Mm.
But she said, "Ashwin, I believe you can do this."
Yes.
So we have to remember, success also comes from the people who believed in us. Without those
Yes.
people, I would
With the
not.
right with the right guide, coach, mentor, because we feel we are a master and we can do everything on our own.
Yes, sometimes I did not feel that at that time. I felt that this
Yeah.
was not going anywhere. But she
Yes.
just was insistent that,
Yes.
yes, you can do that.
Yes.
And to this day, when Mona calls about a job, I never ask what the money is. There are times that it's good budgets. There are times that it's not good. It evens out, but I never say, "What is the budget?" I just say, "Yes, I'm coming." Because I
Okay.
feel that I owe it, and it evens out off and on.
Yes.
And because of that, I went on to dub really interesting movies, interesting shows. I remember I was the voice of Adam Sandler in the movie called You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Mm.
That's a movie. And I was the voice of Adam Sandler in that. And that was so much fun to do. And through that, eventually, I got Money Heist.
Wonderful.
Because I'm the voice of the professor in Money Heist. I'm not sure how many people have seen the Hindi dub, but I'm the voice of the professor.
Mm.
And when they called me for that, I knew I'd already seen part of one season.
Mm.
And I said, "Oh, you're calling me? Okay, I'll come and test." They said, "We want to test you for the professor." I'm like,
Mm.
"You want to test me for the professor? That's a big part." So I went. I did not expect to get the job. Here's the funny thing about expectations as well. Quite often when you don't expect something, you get it.
Mm.
When you go in thinking that you've got something, you don't always get it.
Yes.
And I got that part. It became an iconic voice, me voicing the professor, because it became 48 episodes finally.
Wow.
And it came at a time just after the first lockdown.
Oh.
So there was employment.
Mm.
Now, I'm also grateful that apart from being an actor, I was also doing voicing. That means I had something else,
Yes, yes,
right? Because I know for everybody, this is not to say that I'm the one complaining. Everybody was affected. Everybody's jobs are
yes,
affected.
yes,
Maybe some
yes,
companies started working remotely, but there's no remote work for an actor.
yes, absolutely.
And
And because
that's,
films
yeah,
were not shown in the theater, shooting was not done in the
shooting was
sets.
shot, whatever was ready was there, was released. Uske baad kuch nahi.
Yes, yes,
And then you had to work under certain parameters, under certain restrictions as well, which was difficult to work under.
yes,
And it was that time
yes.
that in my head, sitting at home,
Mm.
wondering what I would do. I had a 1-year-old baby,
Okay.
rent had to be paid,
Mm.
no money coming in. And I,
All the same problem like a normal working professional
like a normal
faces.
working, yes, yes. So
Great.
sorry to bring out any painful memories for everybody. And I thought to myself, well, why not build my own studio at home? And I'd never really recorded from home. I did not know
Ah,
anything about recording from home.
okay.
So before building that, I told people that I was recording from home. And I don't know how I sent some stuff. I did some jugaad with a pillow here, this, that. मैंने audio भेज दिया. But eventually I worked out through the help of my father-in-law, who was a musician, and an architect who lived down the street who said he'd help me. I built a studio at home. You can't see it now. I'm actually sitting in my studio where I have my $1 million presence background, of course.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
sitting in there and I built the studio. But building the studio wasn't enough then.
Mm.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because as somebody who was a voice actor, I used to just walk into studios, do my work, and leave.
Mm.
You should just walk in, record, khatam, finish, out. Good life. You got paid.
बैकग्राउंड में क्या होता है बैकएंड में क्या होता है मुझे नहीं पता.
कुछ नहीं पता.
Yes,
कुछ तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन that's
yes,
not my problem.
right.
But then corporates, companies were beginning to ask for processed audio. Can you process
Mm.
your audio?
Mm.
Now, first I would have to send it to an engineer. He would process it. I would have to pay him, of course. That is
Yes.
possible. So I enrolled in audio engineering courses from the US
Okay. Great.
to learn how to become an engineer. So,
From acting to becoming an engineer.
well, sometimes in life gives you no choice sometimes.
Yes.
It gives you the
Yes.
choice of no choice,
Yes.
if that sounds strange. I had no choice but to do it because I built this sound booth
Mm.
and I didn't know what else to do with it.
Mm.
So I enrolled for those audio engineering courses. I learned how to use the recording softwares, all the tech that all the studios have. I bought all the correct equipment. I think I spent extra on mics because at that time, nobody would tell you what to buy. So you're spending extra because you're saying, "Arey, this doesn't work." And now I spent 15,000 on this. Then you have to spend another 10,000 on another mic.
Mm.
Now I can work with a 5,000 rupee mic and they think it's a $1,000 mic.
Yes.
Because of my audio engineering
Yes.
skills.
Yes. Yes.
So I was finally able to process my audio and send it as a fully finished files. And that's what corporates wanted. Agar मैं corporate narration कर रहा हूँ, they are not looking for a studio. They're looking to get the finished product.
Yes.
So I was able to deliver that. I
Mm.
became my own engineer, my own director, and my own studio.
Okay.
So I had to learn that as well. And I'm very glad I did, because it's given me a knowledge base about voice on a very different level. Because then I was alone in my own space, hearing my own voice day in, day out. I did a lot of recordings at that time.
Yes.
The voicing actually saved me during those 2 years of COVID.
Okay.
Because hardly any shooting happened and I generated voice work for myself.
Mm.
But then AI took some of that away. So there's up
No worries.
and
We
there's
can
down.
we can we can build our own AI. No, not an issue. So
Yeah.
coming back, Ashwin. So you had done the acting. You had done the voiceover
Yes.
thing as well. Now coming to this $1 million presence, what
Yes.
it is all about, and how it happened, and why you want to help the corporate working professionals. What is the one problem you saw that you thought that this $1 million presence can help the corporate professionals to amplify their presence and visibility and influence?
I'm going to go first to how and why I started this so people have an understanding, and then I'll
Yes.
explain what it's about.
Yes.
One of my friends, his name is Paran Thakur, he's also a coach. And we'd known each other through the voice industry, through Facebook groups. And he had started something called $1 Million Voice. And I was watching his posts, and something just like a light bulb came on my head. This is not just about voice. There's something else he's doing here. And he was helping people speak better, speak with confidence, use their voice to amplify the best parts of themselves.
Yes. Yes.
And Paran used to be somebody who used to call me for advice about voicing. Is this the right rate? Would we approach for voiceover jobs? And we used to have chats about pricing. And I called him. I said, Paran, what is this you're doing? I'm interested. And will you coach me? So he said, how am I supposed to coach you? You've been an actor for so many years, a voice. I'm supposed to do it. I said, no, I want to learn from you because you're doing something different. So I started doing his coaching, and he's great, by the way. I know I'm also supposed to do this, but please look him up because I like to thank the people who helped me as well. And he did. And while I was coaching, he said, Ashwin, I think you should be a coach.
Okay.
He said, I want to turn this into coaching the coach, to teach you how to teach people what I do.
Train the trainer.
Train the trainer. Yeah. So he did that, and he helped me a lot. And he even said, I think I put out a LinkedIn post the other day about him on Teachers Day.
Yes.
And he said, please use the name I'm using, $1 Million Voice. And I did, to start off with. And it never felt right because it was something that belonged to him.
Yes.
He had created, he had done it.
Yes.
And then I thought to myself, I'm an actor. It's not just voice. I move. I speak. I move. There's body language. I've learned all of this. I've been to drama school. My whole last 2 decades has been about voice and body. So I decided to call it $1 Million Presence.
Okay. Great.
That's what's behind the name.
Okay.
And when I say $1 Million Presence, there's a word called executive presence, which everybody likes to throw around. I don't think anybody can clearly define it. So I'm not going to define it myself. Yeah, everybody says executive presence. वो क्या है? No.
क्या बोला है? वो क्या बोला है?
But to me, presence is just about being noticed.
Yes.
Whether you're
and lots of working professionals are losing this game in the corporate of not being noticed of their work. They are doing their work, but
and they're very good,
and
they may be very, very good at it. Their knowledge may
Yes.
be fantastic. Their technical skills may be right up there,
yes,
but they may not be able to articulate it.
yes,
And I
actually.
think that is what is missing today.
Right.
With presence, it's about being noticed even if you're not speaking.
Yes.
And then when you speak, that's when people should notice you more. That's what I'd like to call a $1 Million Presence, when you just walk in and everybody's eyes shift to you.
Very good.
And you have the command, which means when you do start speaking, they're already ready, waiting for you to speak. I was coaching somebody and I had another shift as well. This was 2 or 3 months ago. He was in the finance sector.
Okay.
And he told me on the second session, he said, Ashwin, I've not written an email in 6 months.
Very good.
So I said, what do you mean you haven't written an email in 6 months? He said, I don't write my emails. Everything is AI. And that got me thinking, in this age of AI and the future age of AI, because AI is here to stay.
Yeah.
There's no denying that, whether
Like
whether
the
you like it or
computers
not.
came, like the computers came, like the internet came.
AI has come and it is going to be a part of our lives. It's the next technology shift, which is going to be part of our lives, whether you like it or not. Either you deal with it or you're going to sink.
Yes.
And in my head, I was thinking, if people are writing so much with AI, if they're writing everything with AI, there's going to be a misalignment with who they are when they walk in to see somebody. If they've written that perfect email, that perfect pitch, that perfect message, it's perfect. It looks great. The message is commanding. It's coherent.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yes.
The email does
Yes.
all of that.
Yes.
But when I walk into the door to meet you, I don't fit the person who wrote the message.
Yes. And this is a very important thing which you are highlighting right now. People are not understanding this, that whatever they are writing through the AI, if their own personality is not resonating with the communication which they are sending electronically.
No, because they're just doing a general generation.
Yes.
They are not putting themselves into that. So I know that if I send a message, if I write a post, if I write an email, if I send a pitch deck, when I walk in to meet somebody, they'll say, yeah, that's the same guy who wrote that.
Yes.
Ashwin matches the message he wrote. And I think it's even more important today to learn how to communicate effectively, not just with your voice, but with your body as well.
Yes, actually.
Put it together as a package. And that's where I come in for the $1 Million Presence, to help people do that, because it's something I've done all my life. I never thought about it till this came around. I'm voicing in my studio and people are hearing me. I'm making them think differently just from my voice, voicing from my own studio. So if I can make them think differently just with my voice, I can make them think even differently when I'm in front of them, with both voice and body.
Yes.
So what I do actually is also, a lot of people teach public speaking.
Yeah.
I don't teach public speaking. There are many people who say and do that. I think I teach confidence.
That is the main thing.
To be confident with your voice,
Yes.
with your body language, to be confident with anybody, and to be
Yes.
confident in one conversation. Because if you want to public speak, if you want to do that later, if you can't speak to one person, how are you going to speak to 100? So
ये कोई समझना नहीं चाहता, ये कोई समझना नहीं चाहता. People think कि अगर हम एक बंदे से बात कर रहे हैं, 10 बंदों से बात कर रहे हैं, we can talk to many people easily.
Yes. So learn the art of building a relationship with one person, then 2, then 3, then 4. Eventually that will lead to so many more, because it becomes second nature.
Yes.
So I really believe I teach confidence to people. And the experience comes. People say, Ashwin, what's your certification? I don't think there's a certification for my certification is my 20 years as an actor, my 20 years as a voice actor. That's my certification. I'm teaching you the same things that I have done on screen.
Yes.
That I have done in front of a mic. I'm just teaching you to do that in your professional and in your personal lives. How can you do that?
Yes.
And I like to mention that we are all actors. We just don't think about it.
Even if we are talking to our spouse or if we are speaking to our kids, if we want to impress or we want to convince something, we have to act.
You are playing a role at that particular time.
Actually,
you are playing, and then you're with your wife, your husband, your kids. Then you have to meet the school. You're different there. Then you go to work, you meet your boss, you're more deferential. You're more commanding with the security guard because you know that there's a status difference and you're automatically putting yourself up. So you are all these people the whole day. You just don't think about it.
Yeah.
But if you think about it and you think that there are actual applications you can do to make you adapt to every situation,
Yes.
then it's going to change the way you think about speaking, about communication.
Yes.
I'm going to give you just a thought about how people perceive you.
Yes.
Communication is both vocal and visual.
Right.
Visual is what people see first.
Yes.
Everybody who came on saw Ashwin first. They did not know how I was going to speak. When you walk in somewhere the first time, when you walk in through a door, when you walk into a meeting, when you walk in to meet somebody you have never met, they make an assumption about you. They make an assumption about you from how you look.
Right.
From how you walked in, from how you're standing, from the clothes you're wearing, from the shoes, from your belt, the way your hair is. Forget about me, that doesn't matter. But they make an assumption that this person is authoritative. This person is nice. Within like 7 to 10 seconds, they have made that assumption about you.
Absolutely.
They've decided who you are visually. So yes, to some extent that visual presentation is important. But these are just assumptions. Because after that, you speak. And when you speak, those assumptions turn into beliefs. Because once you've spoken, your voice is actually your vocal business card, your communication business card. People don't think about it like that. But that is how people are going to remember you. They're not going to remember that you were in a Hugo Boss suit. They'll remember how you spoke.
Yes.
There's this famous video of Steve Jobs, and he's giving a talk about Apple and about their packaging and the boxing. And it's great. You're looking at him, he's talking, and he's in his black t-shirt, he's talking. And you're saying, what a fantastic talk he's given. And then the camera pans, it goes back, and he's wearing shorts.
Yes.
Now you're not worried, you're not bothered that he's wearing shorts because you've been listening to him. Maybe if he walked in, you didn't know him, and he walked in with shorts, and he's the one going to give a talk, you're probably going to make a judgment about that.
Yes.
So once you speak, you can't take that back. That is how people are going to remember you.
Right.
You may be the best dressed person, but if you cannot speak well, it is not going to matter. It's great to be well dressed and well spoken. That's a magic package. You can buy your clothes, you can buy your dress, you can buy your hairstyle, you can buy your watch, you can buy your belt, your shoes.
Hmm.
You can't buy a voice.
Yes.
That is
And
you, and you actually have a fantastic voice or a great voice that you never knew about. It's just that you've been conditioned to speak in a certain way, so you speak like that all the time.
and what about that case study? Like that child, that kid had come to you for the coaching, and in 6 weeks, you had literally transformed his voice. What
So,
was that case study?
okay, to say transformed is also, but there was a difference. He was a 15-year-old. His father had reached out to me,
Okay.
and initially I thought he'd come to talk to me about coaching. He said, not for me. I'm good at what I do. He
Hmm.
said, but my son is 15 and I'm really interested in what you've been doing. I've seen your posts. I've been seeing what you've been posting. I've been seeing your
Hmm.
videos. Would you consider training my 15-year-old? I said, okay,
Okay.
I've never done that, a 15-year-old, because I'm working with corporates, with professionals, with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
He said, look, let's just give it a shot.
Hmm.
He may not think it's important, but it will matter some years down the line.
Yes.
And he said, look, he speaks fast and sometimes you can't understand him. So we went through the 6 weeks, and initially he was, okay, I'm a 15-year-old. This is not maybe that
Hmm.
interesting. But as we went on, as the weeks went by, he got so engaged. He started sitting differently. He started speaking slower. He started asking
Wow.
questions. He started thinking about it. Now, not all of this is going to stay. Maybe it has at the back of his head. He's a very bright kid, and I loved
Yes.
working with him. I'd never just worked with a 15-year-old. So I had to think out
Yes.
of the box myself. And it was a great learning experience for me as well. But I think
Hmm.
down the line, it will make a difference when he goes for a college interview, when he's at college, when he has to
Hmm.
make the presentations. I think it's going to make a huge difference. And I'm grateful that I was asked to do it. And there
Hmm.
was a change. I'm not saying it was a magical change, but there was a change. There was a change in speaking and there was a change in body language. Just to
Very good.
watch him sit like this, rather like this, I'm just saying, right? I'm saying you're a teenager. Even when I was a teenager, I would sit like this as well, right? That's how yeah, tell me more.
Yes.
And now we are
In,
older,
in, in
everybody.
and in college and in school, we used to sit like, अच्छा, अब कोई टीचर आएगा वो आके
Exactly.
पढ़ा के जाएगा.
So I don't think there's any harm in teaching things like this
Yes.
at an earlier age, because
Yes.
it gives you an edge. I wish
Yes.
I had learned this myself when I started in the acting business.
Hmm. Hmm.
I wish I had started this. I wish I
Hmm.
had learned this, because I think it would have made me
Hmm.
a stronger actor. It would have made me a more powerful actor, and it would have made me a more controlled actor. Not that I'm not. That has also come
Hmm.
from learning over the years and training, but I think it would have helped me immensely.
Okay. So there is a question, Ashwin, in the chat box. Is like
1 second, let me.
whether you have been growing in your overall career from drama to acting to voice artist to coaching, and if which one is more growth in material prosperity or spiritual prosperity, and why you think so?
Oh, let me read that again. Yeah. So, do you, Ashwin,
Sorry.
observe whether you've been growing in your overall career from drama to acting to voice artist to coaching? And if so, which one is more growth in material prosperity or spiritual prosperity? And why do you think so? Okay. I think
Let yeah.
I'm going to start with the last bit is very philosophical, and I'm not Shri Ashwin Mushran, so please excuse me. I won't go
Absolutely.
into a philosophical debate about that, but I'll start with,
Yes.
I think if you don't grow,
Hmm.
you will stop. I think no matter what you do, I think you have to grow. At no point can you say, I know this. I try to learn new things about what I'm doing right now. I try to, from watching podcasts to listening to speakers. In the same way I watched actors, I listen to speakers because they're the best at this. I've always been growing. I learn from people who are younger than me. I learn from people who are older than me. I never stop learning because I believe you can learn something new from everybody.
Yes, exactly.
And if you don't think like that, I think that's sad. People, I'm sure there are people who are perfectly okay with that. I think it's sad not to want to grow.
Mm.
So what I'm doing now is also a growth. It's an extension. The acting and the voice were together, but coaching came from a place. My wife has always told me, or she's always mentioned to me, that Ashwin, you should have been a university professor. She tells me sometimes. Sometimes she says, where do you know this information from? Where do you know? I'm like, I don't know. It's just there. Maybe from reading I did. Sometimes there's something on TV. She asks a question and I throw the fact out. She said, how do you know this? I don't know where I read it, but it obviously stayed and nobody's asked me this and it just came out now. But she said, just to break this, I used to teach salsa for many years, by the way. I used to be a salsa dancer. So I learned that in London. That was totally accidental. And I taught salsa for many years and I really enjoyed it. I became a good dancer from being the worst dancer in the class. The Colombian instructor, I thought, would have me shot afterwards. I was in fear of him in this bar in London. But I danced for 15, 20 years salsa and I became very good at it. And I'm not a natural dancer, trust me. And I became good at this. And I taught for 3, 4, 5 years. I taught for quite a few years. I taught people the basics of dancing, how to become social dancers. And I really enjoyed it. And then the acting happened and the other stuff happened. The voice happened. And that stopped. I recently actually took a class because somebody asked me to, and it was great fun. And it was like riding a bike. It was almost like I'd never left. So I did enjoy teaching. And in a way, I think this is allowing me to do that. But if we go to the bottom, which one is more growth in material prosperity or spiritual prosperity? Earning money is great. Business should be good. You should be earning. I don't think there should be anything negative attached to making a living. Nothing wrong in that. But somewhere, I think I thought to myself, while earning money, I would like to earn money by doing something where I can help people.
Okay.
Where I can give back or give something to somebody and earn at the same time, but give something to somebody to help them move on or do something with their lives, to help them with their lives. So I don't know if that's an answer to growth in material prosperity or spiritual prosperity, but the material prosperity is important. But in this case, I think the spiritual prosperity comes from me giving something, even though I'm earning something out of it. It's not just a commodity. It's not just a product that has passed hands, unwrapped, finished, eaten, thrown away. What I do is something that can stay with people for life.
Okay. So one more question.
Does that answer the question?
I'm not sure whether Raviji will allow me to.
Do I get approval for it? I have no idea.
Look, my question was not for myself alone. So obviously it was not for myself alone. Anyway, now if Raviji allows me, I'll just extend this question a little bit.
Sure. Okay. Please.
Yeah. So having watched you, I mean, you cannot imagine how much I have loved it. I mean, I literally have loved the podcast so far. So yeah, you said that sometimes you have no choice. That itself is a choice. Choice of no choice is a choice.
Yes.
And having seen your career, because I'm seeing you first time, I've never seen. I don't watch movies. I'm not a very fan of any kind of. Not because I really don't like them, I like them, but I have some other things to do.
That's all right. Each
yeah.
to them. I hardly watch my own films, so don't worry. We probably watch
so that's
the
the
same
main
amount of
thing.
mine.
But I would have missed it had I not attended it today. So that's for sure. Now, what I have observed that you have said that even no choice is a choice, but across you have been doing, I think, nearly 10 things. And that included the salsa dancing, which is superb. And who knows, another 1 year or 2 years, we'll be doing something new, something else. So you have answered my question 100%. But I personally thought, I mean, it's not judgmental, but I personally thought that your tendency towards spiritual growth has been more, and you have been growing faster in that than your material prosperity. So that's what I thought. I wanted to hear from you. So just a little bit of confirmation. That's my personal assessment, I thought. The one which I really want to know in this second question is, you mentioned about some 48 episodes of Professor. And
of Money Heist.
Yes. So do you think that would have influenced your wife to say that you should have been a professor? That's the question.
Oh, no. That had nothing to do with that. I mean, I've been married to her for a while, 17, 18 years. So that has nothing to do with it. That's for other people. That's just she's actually really not seen that. She's seen only tiny bits of that.
No, why I asked it, then there is a tick mark from my side also.
Oh, but yes, she joked about, okay, I get what you're saying. That's a running joke in the house that I did the professor character, and people label me as the professor on social media when they talk about Money Heist, and I get a comment saying, "Hi, professor." So I think actually, yes, you're right about that. I did not think of it from that point of view.
So yeah, from my side also, it is the same.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Thanks a lot, Rabiji. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So we have one more question, Ashwin.
Yes.
One advice from Prasenjit. He's a busy corporate working professional, but he has written and sum up very well. One advice to all of us on how to work on the presence, voice, and overall personality by self before seeking help from others.
Okay, sure. I'll tell you that, because these are things you can find online as well. It's not that you can't. You will find thousands of videos, thousands of articles. So it's all there. I think the one thing, if you look at presence, you can look at it as 4 instruments of communication. Let's look at it from that point of view. You have your physical, which is how you move, how you stand, how you walk, how you present yourself. I'm saying physical, your body language, your hand gestures. Then you have your vocal, that's your speaking. Then you have your non-verbal, what is under your words. You may say something, but somebody understands something else. That's the non-verbal part. And finally,
can you give a demo? Can you give a 30-second demo here?
Well, Ravi, I said, "Nice shirt, Ravi. Really nice shirt." Am I saying nice shirt?
No, you're cunning.
Huh?
You're ever cunning.
I'm like, nice shirt means like, dude, it's actually a nice shirt, but I'm just, it's the most colorful one out there. But I'm saying that, say, if somebody said, "Nice shirt, Ravi," that means, but if you had somebody at work or somebody walked by and somebody said, "Nice shirt, Ravi." Nice. Yeah. That means he's saying that and he's meaning something else. So I'm saying non-verbal is what goes on underneath, and people pick up on this. People pick up on this sometimes before you've even said anything, the emotions under your words.
Yes.
And the last is the visual. Your clothes, your styling, your accessories, like I said. So you have your physical, you have your vocal, you have your non-verbal, and you have your visual. The best thing you could start with is working on your vocal presence. What's called a vocal image. Is your volume good?
Yes.
I'm not talking about Zoom and people go, "We can't hear you. You checked this thing." Don't worry about all that. Most people actually talk I'll give you an example. I'm sitting here right now. Now, it's an assumption. I'm assuming I'm clear to everybody. They can hear me. You all can hear me
Yes.
fairly clearly. I'm
Yes.
speaking to you right now like I would be in a room,
Right.
in a room full of people.
Right.
I am thinking of you as I am in a room with you, and I'm speaking to you where you're in front of me and I'm talking to you. So
Yes.
it's not that I'm on a Zoom call and I'm talking to you like I was in front of 10, 13, 14, 15 people.
Yes.
So know that volume is really important. Most of us
Yes.
actually speak 30, 40% quieter than we think.
Oh.
And there's an exercise. You can actually do this where you can start from 1 to 10, where you can start in your softest, where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you know where your 10 is. You know where your 5 is. Now you know where your 6 is. You should aim to be a 6 and 7 when you're talking most of the time.
Okay.
Okay, you should aim to do that, because without being heard,
Hmm.
nobody's going to notice you.
Yes. Right.
And then people speak too fast.
Yeah. I'm noticing it that you are taking a pause between saying an important word.
So I was going to come to that after the speed bit, because that was what I was going to come to. You speak fast because either you're nervous, you're anxious, you don't know your subject. When you know your subject very well, even if you haven't learned something for a presentation, if you know something,
Yes.
you actually probably won't speed up. I do speed up at times, but there are times that I do slow down.
Hmm.
So speed can be because you're nervous, and people pick up on that. And then you're not
And
giving them time to process any information. You're just rushing through everything. You're not
and
allowing people to listen to you. That's why you're talking to them, right? You want them to process your information, but you're not allowing that.
and if I relate to the corporate working professionals, they face this issue in their one-on-ones, their team meetings, their interviews, their higher presentations, because they don't know the subject, so they speak fast.
So that's there. Or they speak fast because they're nervous. That's a different kind of speaking fast, because
Yes.
you're just scared to be in front of anybody.
Yes.
And these are things you can teach yourself. You can teach yourself not to be scared.
Yes.
You can teach yourself not to do that. So just essentially slow down when something is important. Slow down for emphasis. Speed up
Yes.
for inspiration, for excitement, for telling a story. Speed up then. Nobody wants a story told like this. But now, if I have something important to tell you, I am going to slow down, because I would like all of you to listen to what I have to say, rather than saying, now I'd like all of you to listen to what I'm saying. I have something important to tell you. Are you guys ready? Take your notes out and we're going to get through this. It's going to be 1 hour of me talking like this.
Oh my God.
You're not going to listen to me. You're going to just switch off, zone off. So slow down when it's important. When it's important for you, slow down. And then when you have to talk about general things, that's when you can speed up a bit and move it along, so you can get to the next point where you have to slow down again.
Yes.
Learn the rhythms of it. It's just a matter of practice. Start taking paragraphs. Take these 3 key points from one paragraph, from a book, from one page, and say, I am going to go slow at these 3 points. So when you get to that first point, that's when you slow down. Then after that, you can speed up again. When you get to the next point, that's when you can slow down again. It's something that you can learn. And it's easy to apply. Once you start getting used to it, essentially, like I said, slow down for importance, speed up for excitement, inspiration, motivation. You will not want a motivation speaker to be speaking slowly. He will sometimes, but most of the time he'll be motivating you. And lastly, like you said, Ravi, you pointed out the pause. That's what most of us are afraid of. And I was too. Believe me, before I started doing this, I used to rush my words. I used to swallow my words. Slowing down also helps you to speak, to say your words with clarity, with precision. And this is, I want everybody to know here that this is not about accents. Doesn't matter what accent you have. It's about the clarity. To us, American accent is an accent. To them, we are an accent. Everybody is an accent for somebody else.
Yes.
An accent is not a judgment. I don't know if anybody saw this video a couple of days ago. There's this guy in Punjab. I don't know if you saw this video, but he's just rattled off a whole lot of words with no coherence.
Okay. No, I have not
It
seen
was on Instagram. It's everywhere. I don't want to laugh at the man. Maybe people are mocking his accent, but if you search, you will probably laugh because he's trying to be deep and philosophical, but he just spoke his words in a random manner. The words were not in any coherent structure.
Okay.
So his words I all understood. He just didn't put the words in sequence. And people will always think I have an accent, people can't understand me. And this is what happens. They start speaking faster because of this. They start speaking faster because of that. But it's just about being clear and concise. And when you have to take a pause, I've taken a pause right now. It's not awkward to me. It shouldn't be awkward to you. You should be able to take that pause.
Yes.
As you want it, when you want it, how you want it. And nobody in front of you is going to judge you for it. You're the only person who's going to judge yourself, himself, herself. So learn to take the pauses while speaking, and it makes your information easier to process. It makes you more articulate, I believe, and it makes you more thoughtful. It looks like you're invested in somebody else. It looks like you mean what you say. So again, when you've said something important, take the pause, slow down then. I'd said for rushing, slow down when you're saying something important. But when you finish saying something important, take the pause. Because if you don't take the pause and you move to the next thing, people will not reflect on what you said because you've moved on to the next thing and they're now going to think about the next thing. Allow them, give them the respect of processing, if I can say.
Yes.
And this comes from even the world of acting. On stage, you learn this. If you do comedy on stage, and I've done that a lot as well, apart from serious, audience will start laughing. And there's an art to this as well, as an actor.
And you have to remain serious. Audience is laughing and you
No, sometimes as a comic actor, you are serious. What's happening to you is very serious.
Yes.
Audience is laughing. Almost everything I do when people say you're a comic actor, it's very serious for me. What is happening in my life as that character role is very serious.
Yes.
It's funny for everybody else, but it wouldn't be funny for you if it happened to you. So when you're on stage and the audience starts laughing, the laughter goes, ha, 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 ha. You as the actor have to wait for that crescendo to hit that level. And as it's coming down, when that laughter hits here, you go into the next line. Because if you hit the next line when the noise was up there, they wouldn't hear the next line. And that next line is the start of your joke. You need to have
Yes.
3 different things happening
Yes.
for the punchline to come in. So they would miss the
Ah,
next joke. So as actors, we are also unconsciously allowing other people to register what we did, process what we did, and now saying, okay, great. Now we can move on to the next thing, even though that's not verbalized or vocalized. So
yes.
these are the things you can do. Start with your vocal image, start with your vocal presence, because that is your business calling card. That is how people remember you. Start with these things. Practice your volume. And that means if you understand your consistent volume, it means you can go softer when you need to go softer. Sometimes you need to be closer to somebody, warmer to somebody. You need to tell them that you're in their corner. That's when you'll be like, that's not you, when you won't be like this then. You'll be soft. So understanding the different volume levels will allow you to play. Think of your voice as an instrument. Allow yourself to play the instrument. A harmonium, a piano, a guitar. So many keys. Think of your voice like that as well.
Great.
And
So,
take a deep breath. Every time you're nervous, take a breath. Now, not a breath like, don't do that. Just if you're nervous, take a breath in through your nose. If you're nervous about speaking, if you stumbled on some words, no, don't worry about it. Just stand there, go and speak. Take that breath for yourself. Allow that breath for your time, for you, not just for them. Give yourself that time by taking the breath. So I hope these few things can help you.
it's amazing, Ashwin. It's amazing. We have spent close to 1 hour 10 minutes till
Have
now,
we?
and
Really?
ये
Wow.
time कहाँ निकल गया पता ही नहीं चला. And
I also don't know. Did I really speak? Sometimes I think, did I speak for some time or this period of time? I also never sure that I've done that.
yes, so we have come to the end of our podcast, and now I will ask one gift from. I'm taking the liberty of giving the gift to all of the people who are attending this, of giving a gift from your side to all the people, of having a free discovery call for 15 to 20 minutes, right? If anyone has any queries, then you can fill this form, and Ashwin will be glad to have a free discovery call for 15 minutes, right? And
Well,
15 minutes will obviously prolong to 30 minutes, but
yeah,
try to make it short.
it's never going to be 15 minutes. Yeah, you can't do
Yes.
you can't do you can't talk to people for 15 minutes like that. You need a slightly deeper time to understand what are the areas that need fixing or that need help.
So there was one comment from Dr.
Yes.
Rajesh Chandar. Maza
Yes.
aa gaya. I enjoyed the talk. I also thanked my daughter who was around to tell that many she what she insists upon who to do are covered by Ashwin. Looks good. We're smart in gym, in travel, and long comment. And
Okay.
thank you, Ashwin. Great. So, Ashwin, just last 30-second rapid fire.
Yes.
What view will give you the top 3 things? Whoever is watching this podcast,
Yeah.
whoever is watching this recording later also,
Yeah.
that they don't have the presence. Supervisors ignore them. Subordinates ignore them. They say, "No, मेरे boss से मेरे को नहीं सुनना." Yeah, my boss doesn't listen to me. Whatever I say, my boss doesn't listen to me. To that one working professional who is watching this, what will be your top 1 or 2, 3 points to amplify their presence?
Speak louder, because you probably think you're not speaking as loud as you think. Speak louder. It's okay. You're not shouting. Speak louder, because that gives you a command.
Okay.
By doing that, you're able to move your body. When you speak louder, you automatically move your body. It's very difficult to
Yes.
speak loud like this, but you can speak louder. As soon as you do
Yes.
that, your body starts
Yes.
moving. You'll be amazed.
Yes. Yes.
Start, if you want command authority over certain, not all the time, depending on the situation, depending on what you want to say, who you're talking to, end with a downward pitch. End your statements with a downward, finish low, because that reflects command authority and that you also know what you're talking about.
So we should start low.
Yeah. You can even start high, finish low.
Okay. Okay.
Finish low.
So I was having the impression that we should start low, medium high, and then finish low.
You can also do that, but at the end, they're going to remember what you finished with.
Okay.
But if you say, "Hi, I'm Ravi Garg," you're questioning yourself. Hi,
yes,
I'm Ravi Garg.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
help people with
Wonderful.
finances. Yeah, but if you go, I help people with finances, they're like, bhai, maybe we should look for somebody else because you're questioning it. So I'm just saying that when you need to project authority, finish down. When you need to get people together, that's when you go higher. You need to get things done. And now I'm not saying when you need to get things done, you need to get things, when you need to get things done, you have to, because you are finalizing something.
Yes.
So essentially you're telling people, this is it. I need this by 6 p.m. Not I need this by 6 p.m. I need this by 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is when I need it. Not 7, not 8, not 6:21. I need it by 6. But if you say I need it by 6, they'll go, yeah, maybe 7. So how you present that will also affect the outcome.
Yes.
Do that and generally try to slow down. Slow down, pause, take the pauses, slow down. Other people do not find it awkward. You will find it awkward at first because it's something you've not done. And try and use your body more when you're speaking. It makes a difference. It makes a difference to everything. I knew there'd be people. So today's meeting was fantastic. I'm glad all 50 of you came here today, and our first quarter was lovely. We made 80% profits. But if you say 50 of you here today, our first quarter was fantastic, and it's because of all of you. Once you start changing the way you move your voice, you start moving your hands, you move your body, and that makes a difference to people in front of you. That makes a difference. That shows engagement. I'm not saying you're flapping wildly. You're not Shah Rukh Khan and going, hey, hey. You're not doing that. But allow yourself to be physical as well with your words. That keeps more engagement. That's how people remember you more.
Right.
That's what keeps you confident.
So Abhijit sir has given Abhijit Sazingri, so it is only the mastery of the volume and the pause, or is it more than that?
There's a lot more than that, of course.
Okay.
I do 6 to 8 weeks with people, and I can't do that today. But these are things that you can start right now and make a change. And look, whether you work with me, whether you work with somebody else, whether you don't work with them, all this information is there online. Nobody hides it. Nobody hides. It's just that when you work with people one-to-one, or whether it's groups, then you're actually doing things. But it is something you can learn by yourself as well. There's no reason I did. Well, I did go to a coach as well. I went to 2 coaches. That's different. But the information is there.
That happens with me as well. Yeah, that happens with me as well. So, like, people come to me for retirement planning, and I tell them that you have to follow this, and I tell them very pretty much simple stuff. कि boss, आपको insurance लेनी है, आपको investments करनी है, you have to take term insurance, you have to take health insurance, you have to start investing in stocks and mutual funds, and this, by doing this for next 5-10 years, you will be able to reach a 5 crore retirement purpose. Everything is available on YouTube. Everything is available, but the accountability is missing.
Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to say, because we're on Zoom and people are professionals as well,
And people are watching us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook also.
treat Zoom like you were in a room with somebody.
Yes.
Don't be right here. Give yourself a space while, so you can also sit, listen, watch, interact like you were sitting in front of people. So treat the digital space, and we are on that a lot now, and it will be part of our future. Treat Zoom as an actual physical room you're in. Forget the technical thing that happens to everybody. It happened to me as well today. That's okay.
Yeah.
But treat this like you're sitting in front of somebody.
Yes.
To me, I am in a room with all of you and you are actually in front of me. That is how I like to think of it in my head.
Yes. So one message from Praveen ji. Thanks Ashwin, Ravi, and for all the presence. One from Srinivas. Thanks Ashwin. Voice and posture is awesome. Anil ji,
Well,
awesome session. Ashwin learned many things today. Prashant ji, thank you so much, Mr. Ashwin. It was wonderful knowing you as a person. Your insights are of great help. Thanks to Mr. Ravi for organizing. Great Rakesh, great session. Thanks for sharing your experience and insight. Pradipta ji, last time I filled the form. Okay. And so Rupak ji, great session. Yes, it was a wonderful session from Pradipta ji. Yes. Wonderful. Awesome. Thanks, Ashwin. Thanks for taking your time. And we have spent close to 1 hour 20 minutes.
Thanks, Ravi, and to all the 18 people who are here right now. I really appreciate you taking the time out on a Sunday to listen to me and Ravi. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot.
Yes. And to all the people who is watching this, I always say, please start taking action on your important things, whether it is your presence, whether it is your finance, whether it is your personal life, professional life, financial or spiritual. Anything. Don't live your life on the autopilot. Start taking actions. If you do not take action, then you will continue to struggle, continue to suffer, continue to face के हमारे से नहीं होगा, we will not be able to do it. If you have any question, anything related to anything, please DM me. I will be more than happy to help you related to your retirement planning. And I have already given the link for filling the form for the one-to-one with Ashwin. And you can fill the form and we can connect. Sure. Thank you so much, Ashwin.
Thanks,
Thanks a
Ravi.
lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated.
Let's take a pic. 1 second. Let's take a pic because 1 second. Let's all be on the camera if it's possible. Yeah. Thank you so much for attending and joining this session. Thank you so much. Oh, just 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes. Done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.